All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Cyrus Sunseti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. Tomorrow is the day, ancient Egypt versus everybody. Of course, we bringing nothing but that smoke. We're diffusing all lies. We're debunking all lies and mistruths that have been spoke about our African history, ancient Egypt. We're gonna be on all ignorant ideologies across the board, occult, Islamic, Christian, Judaic, Moorish, or whatever, white supremacy, and all forms of ignorant ideologies. We will be crushing it tomorrow with an amazing visual presentation with crushing information to back it up. You need to be in the place tomorrow. You understand? The link is in the video description. Click that link and begin to think. 2:30 p.m. Eastern is the jump off time. Don't you dare miss it, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Cyrus Sunseti DVDs, Jurassic and Classic DVDs, t-shirts and hoodies. About to get cold out there. African and Kemetic jewelry. We got necklaces, earrings, finger rings, bracelets, and cuffs for the brothers and sisters. We got new medallions out there for the family. Gold King Touch. You feel me? That one sold out, back in stock. Get it while you can. Lion head medallions, all-seeing eye of Horus, the Nefertari necklace, earring set, Ife King ring with the necklace also. Red, black, and green, you know the team. African medallion with the all-seeing eye of Heru. Holistic tonics and remedies that you need right now. Need to fortify. Fall and winter is creeping up on you. You need to do it today. Start your fortification of your immune system. We got African home decor accessories for the living room, dining room, kitchen. We got you for those that trying to transform their African home into the African temple that they always want to get over there to kingseti.com. Class is 9 session. What? Class is 9 session. SETI University, generalseti.com. Over 800 video presentations. 2 raw for YouTube. SETI with the master teachers. Freemasonry exposed. Black woman is God. Olmec voyages of the Nile. Naga the nigger. Ancient Egypt. When Egypt ruled the world. Occult sciences. All world religions, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, video and radio interviews, highlights from over 50 cities. Of course, I just spoke of the Olmec Voyages of the Nile video catalog and library, the Creatures from the Caucasus video library series and catalog. And that's generalseti.com. Get on over there, family, and check me out. I guarantee you, you'll be binging on Black Power. General SETI, keep it popping on Patreon. BPC, making noise, we never come. Exclusive live streams, too hot to handle on YouTube. Patreon, General Cyrus Sunseti, dropping King Nama, father of ancient Egypt, tonight. Part 2. We just dropped part 1. It was so extensive and so powerful that we had to come black with the part 2. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube pages, General SETI, King SETI, Cyrus Sunseti. Rock that notification bell. Hit a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and comment. Drop some comments in there. I want to hear what you think. All right. We in the house. We in the house. Let me bring it up. Now, we got some developments out there. We got some developments out there. Putin is in trouble. Russia is in trouble. He didn't step to the big beast. He's a beast. But he didn't step to the big beast. You see what I'm saying? He didn't step to the big beast. And so United States fighting a proxy war. Thank you, family. Appreciate you. You see what I'm saying? Let me get that, brother. There you go. There you go. There you go, brother. I appreciate you. You see what I'm saying? It's for your support. You know what I'm saying? BPC, you already know. You feel me? And so we want to give that brother right there, Winsome, give him a shout out, you know what I'm saying, for his support. And so, man, looking at, a lot of people thought, they say, damn, Russia is supposed to be the number 2, military on the planet. You know what I'm saying? And, and see, it's all the game. This motherfucker got tentacles. You see what I'm saying? We know better. We know. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is. You can't let, media fool you to what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you think about this beast, this beast been fighting wars since day one. You see what I'm saying? This beast been fighting wars since day one. He know how to strangle motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And so, they didn't use they over there fighting a proxy war. And that just show you where, what you up against. You have to look at this shit. They've been over there providing this man. Over there, Zenink, whatever his motherfucker. I can't speak that shit. You see what I'm saying? My motherfucking mouth can't even speak European. You understand what I'm saying? I can't even, Zelensky. That's his motherfucking name, Zelensky. Been over there providing him with all the, the armaments and shit. And so they didn't provided this man with enough military to where they didn't push his ass up. They didn't push goddamn Putin out of a lot of areas that he had conquered. Putin is running out of military. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to call in, his conscripts, his, reservists. And for what I understand, it's a full out draft. You know what I'm saying? Respect, King. It's a full out draft. You know what I'm saying? And so they calling motherfuckers up 60 years old. They calling motherfuckers up 60 years old, And so Putin back is against the wall. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, Putin been sitting down with the Great Reset. You know what I'm saying? And Ping, whatever his name, Jinping, whatever his fucking name is. He been sitting down too. A lot of people, y'all letting these motherfuckers divert y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your eyes on the beast. All them other motherfuckers, they ain't in, they keep talking about, they pulling the plug on China too. You see what I'm saying? They pulling the plug on China. You know what I'm saying? They didn't start fucking with them semiconductors, them computer chips. You see what I'm saying? They can't operate without them computer chips. And so they, they still got some, some cards to play. And so, Putin is back against the wall because he know, it's do or die. It's do or die. So he's threatening, the world with nuclear war, And I don't believe that is, the threat is real. It's always real. Because when you got these sick Cro-Magnon Neanderthals, you cannot, underestimate what they will do. And that's crazy how we allowed them to obtain, this type of power and shit. You know what I'm saying? While we didn't set on our hands and shit. You know what I'm saying? And allow this man to, devise all these instruments of warfare. And so, Is it a possibility that there could be some form of a nuclear weapon drop? It could be. You know, he if it's back, you know, the thing is, if he called these 300 up and they conscripts, they're not real soldiers. You see what I'm saying? They're not somebody that sleep, eat every day, all day, been trained for 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? They didn't been, every day living as a soldier. These are motherfuckers that been in society. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been training like that. So they're gonna come in, give them, they can't afford to give them a regular training. They at war. You see what I'm saying? They at war. The only thing really in shit, Ukraine might, if it wasn't for the threat of nuclear warfare, they might cross the border on goddamn Russia. You see what I'm saying? They whooping their ass, man. Russia is still, no, they have the ability, and got, certain type of technology, but they ain't been putting 700 billion into their shit like the United States. You know what I'm saying? Real fucking talk. When it comes to that, destruction, this motherfucking beast right here is King Beast. Period. And I'm not putting, if you want to win, you keep your eyes on the prize. China, a lot of people is boosting China up. China is you gonna see is in the same predicament as Russia. You understand what I'm saying? They're a little bit better, but they're not much better, because it's showing you that when United States just recently talking about they not selling their ass no more semiconductors. You see that. Then when they went over there to that meeting, over there in Asia, you see China and India step back from Russia. Letting them know, Jinping didn't even say nothing about Ukraine. And the other guy from India letting them know, like, this is an era of peace in negotiation. So, they see right then and there that, he out there by himself. China gonna try, but they see, China understanding that, becoming this superpower that they want to be, that can only happen if they engage with the West. Russia ain't gonna do it for them. You understand what I'm saying? So when they see that the possibility of them achieving that greatness slipping through their hands, they gonna cut ties, which they is doing. They cutting ties with his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because, the beast here got some cards yet still to play. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, like, people engage, China and shit, they got something for them. And what they gonna do is, like I said, they gonna start cutting off shit like them damn and China was crying like a motherfucker. They was crying. They had to get the Kleenex out and everything. So that meant something to them. And so when you look at China, and most of the shit that they got, they reverse engineered everything. They buy Russian planes, they take that motherfucker apart, and they put it back together. That's what most of that shit over there that they got is some remix shit. You see when they didn't remix some shit, but they still, like a lot of them planes, they had to get turbines and shit from Russia. You know what I'm saying? They haven't got to the level where they can make them damn them engines, them jet engines and shit. You know what I'm saying? Them jet, they ain't on that level. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes down to the get down, it's hard for me to believe, and that's for us to understand too. You see what I'm saying? That's for us to understand too. You know what I'm saying? That, when it ain't the glorification, it's knowing what you dealing with and know that they got it and that they probably got more. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of people just can't understand. Russia is a paper, man. They paper, man. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this because, and I'm just talking true. If Ukraine would have got into it with the United States, man, them motherfuckers would already be over with. Straight up. And y'all know that to be true. You know what I'm saying? The beast. Okay? That's not to, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I can say it or not say it. It'll happen if they go over there. You understand what I'm saying? If they go over there, it wouldn't be the same. They would not be doing to the United States Army what they doing to Russia. They would not be doing it. They would go over there and fuck them up. Straight up. Period. They would go over there and fuck them up. It wouldn't even be a chance in hell. Them motherfuckers wouldn't even would have got into it with them. You know what I'm saying? They would have talked their way up out of that motherfucker before the beast show up. Now, when who gonna war with the beast? You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, and so they didn't. That just show you how sadistic. You know, I mean, this motherfucker is a sadistic genius in destruction. You see, where he could take a nation like Ukraine and fuck it, and y'all already know they already got motherfuckers over there. Russia ain't stupid. They got motherfuckers from the United States already over. CIA, they already been training them for the last 10 years. You see what I'm saying? They already been planning on this war for the last 10 years. They already been training. You know what I'm saying? How they, you know, because they already knew Russia was going to come in there. You see, so they was already preparing how to fight them, how to guerrilla warfare. The CIA probably been over there training them motherfuckers from day one. You see what I'm saying? From day one. And really, when you talk about Iraq, yeah, it was, but they brought some shit. You go in, you do what you need, what they was trying to do, and then they come up out of there. They use that shit for training and shit, and this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? But even in Iraq, you know what I'm saying? You can't suppress a nation that big forever. But they put their ass under the chokehold for a while. You see what I'm saying? Afghanistan, you in fucking no man's land. You know what I'm saying? That's really unless you gonna fight inside the mountains and shit. That right there, you know what I'm saying? That was that right there. I don't even believe they thought that they was gonna take that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because them motherfuckers been hiding in them goddamn mountains, in them goddamn caves forever. And so unless you're not gonna beat them in them caves now, you just ain't gonna do that. And so you know what I'm saying? So in certain shit that you ain't gonna win them all. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna win them all. But they was over there for damn near 20 fucking years. They was over there for damn near 20 years. They was in Afghanistan since goddamn, but they went to Afghanistan first. Shit, they went to Afghanistan before they went to goddamn Iraq. You see what I'm saying? So they sat over there on their ass, but they was over there for that hayron. That's what the fuck they was over there for that. You understand what I'm saying? They stockpile, you understand, 20 years worth of hayron, and they probably got so much of that shit in storage that they don't even need to be over there no more. You see what I'm saying? And so, this shit is real, family, but, all the shit must come to an end now. That don't mean shit won't come to an end. But at this stage of the game, this is the beast. Along with his little sick little brother, NATO. That's his sick little brother, and they together. You know what I'm saying? And they into the next stage of world supremacy. You see what I'm saying? Where they, invoking, a one world order. You understand what I'm saying? And all the motherfuckers that don't want to fall in line with that, Putin and them was there. They was at the Great Reset. They was trained, but then now they didn't want to, for some reason, they didn't want to continue along with the protocol. J. Ping and them was over there too. but they gonna make them bow down. I guarantee you, at the end of the day, they gonna bow down. You see what I'm saying? Because they gonna start infiltrating these governments that ain't in accord with them, and they're gonna get rid of that. They leadership. They're gonna get rid of them. You see what I'm saying? Because they in the they in the next step of the plan, and they not turning back. And so you got to know that too, because you got to see what they got slated for your black ass. You understand? They talking about exterminating us from this planet. You see what I'm saying? And they talking about exterminating us from this goddamn planet, and that's openly spoken of. They not even being quiet about this shit no more. You see what I'm saying? They openly speaking this shit. They saying it's too many motherfuckers on the planet. You understand what I'm saying? That with the technology that they got, they don't even need. I heard the motherfucker say it out his mouth. He said with the technology that they got today, they don't even need motherfuckers to do nothing. You understand what I'm saying? The computers and shit could do it all. You know what I'm saying? Damn near 90% of the goddamn work, the motherfucking computers can do it. You see what I'm saying? And so with the, all this shit is going on. I was speaking certain shit, about, and they start removing videos and shit. You can't even talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you can't talk about it shows you what the fuck is up. You see what I'm saying? The fact that you can't talk about shit shows you what the fuck is up. And so you got to know, man, you cannot let these motherfuckers, it's just like, niggas, they, vote for me. I'll give you a free chicken dinner or any goddamn thing. All you had to do is give a nigga a chicken dinner. You know what I'm saying? A barbecue chicken dinner with a cold 40 and a goddamn, a 20, a half of Kush. You know what I'm saying? And you done bought the community. You see what I'm saying? That's all you had to give a nigga. You see? And I'm being real. Motherfucker ain't got no policy. Ain't about, they intertwine with this motherfucker, not knowing what he got planned for them. You see the same shit. What we seeing over there, they didn't already did to us psychologically. When you look at, but he did it a different way. You understand what I'm saying? And niggas played the position that because he couldn't have never pulled it off, he would have had to do it the same way he did it over there. But he, through the mental confusion and niggas being acceptable to this shit. You see what I'm saying? You wasn't the great, like the coat. They always wanted in the Willie Lynch, comparing the African to the horse and shit. But you wasn't the coat. You wasn't the motherfucking, when a motherfucker try to get on the coat's back, he throw his ass off. If you go to them rodeos, you can see them up. He not gonna let you get on his back. You see what I'm saying? The motherfucker done broke our people. You know what I'm saying? To where they don't want no confrontation. And you're not gonna get nowhere without confrontation. It's got to be some confrontation. You got to want the number one spot. See, niggas don't aspire for the number one spot. You understand what I'm saying? They want acceptance. You know what I'm saying? They want acceptance. So they'll move up out the gut into the middle intestines, or maybe some of them even to the upper intestines. You see what I'm saying? But none of these niggas is going further. I don't give a fuck how much money they got. They're not going further than the upper intestines. Because when that Cro-Magnon Neanderthal get ready to shit your ass out, you is going to get shitted out and you're going in the toilet, nigga. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it. Don't matter how much money you got. A lot of these motherfucking Cro-Magnons with money, they going to start knocking on their motherfucking head. And they already doing it. You see what they doing to Trump? They done already threw charges on him. They done threw charges on him. They coming for him. You see what I'm saying? And all the motherfuckers affiliated with him. So by the time that shit come down, he ain't gonna even be able to go out there and run, because they gonna, every time he get ready to, want a campaign, they gonna call his ass in the court. You see what I'm saying? Every time that motherfucker get ready, they gonna call his ass in the court. They're going to have so many cases on his ass, he ain't going to even be able to run. You know what I'm saying? And when he get ready, they're going to call his ass in the court. You see what I'm saying? They setting this shit up. So when you come for this beat, you see what I'm saying? You got to come. And so he's then gathered and gathered, you know, so much to people believe, even during the time of the Roman Empire. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't believe that Rome could fall. Straight up. You know, when you think about, even though they didn't have nuclear weapons and shit, you know, the advancement of military technology that Rome had, you know what I'm saying? They was rolling over these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They was, even though they don't teach that, yeah, just no different than the United States. They had blacks in there. Any motherfucker that they conquered, and they brought them in, they was also out there too. So they had African soldiers, warriors and shit that was out there too. Regiments. I heard they had one called the Leopard. I forget, the Leopard Legion. You know what I'm saying? And so they had these legions out there that said that they was one of the most deadliest of all the Roman legions. You know what I'm saying? The ones that come up out of Africa. But nevertheless, even at the time of Rome, they didn't believe that Rome could fall. They did not believe. And when that motherfucker fell, the world was in shock. That motherfucker, but it didn't fall overnight. It began, it you know, slowly shrunk to where, you know what I'm saying, the neighboring barbarians was able to run down in there and seize it. You see what I'm saying? And so they warned with everybody, And so that's where that historian came in and telling these motherfuckers, you got to, you pick and choose who you war with. You see what I'm saying? So the psychology of today is that they funding these motherfuckers out here. They don't send their soldiers. They fund another motherfucker to fight them war. That's them proxy war. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what they're doing. And that they didn't arm Ukraine, a third-rate army. And they didn't whoop Russia. They didn't whoop Russia, man. Real talk. Real talk. Russia was supposed to go in there and kick ass. They got all the bombs and shit. They got that. You know what I'm saying? But you still got to go in there and defeat them soldiers. And they ain't able to do it. You see what I'm saying? And they didn't kill so many of their generals. And, they higher up. They didn't kill a lot of their generals and shit. And to where, the soldiers is demoralized. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you boost the motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? You thinking you number two. I remember when Russia threatened United States in this war. They say, we dare the United States to come down on the ground. They dare them. They say, we dare you to come down on the ground and fight. And motherfucker, y'all can't even beat Ukraine. You see what I'm saying? Y'all can't even beat the Ukraine. And they damn near 3 times. They say Russia got damn near. And so that's funny to me. When you watch that shit on the internet, how they show, Russia got, so many damn, they got supposedly got about 1.5 million soldiers. Yeah, they got their army and shit up there, or they military up there. You know what I'm saying? Be right there where I believe is, China, India, United States, Russia, 1, 2, 3, or 4. They supposedly got the biggest armies on the goddamn planet. I mean, Ukraine had about maybe, I don't know, their army ain't no bigger than about, I don't know how. I believe it wasn't no bigger than from 300 to 500,000. I thought it was like 300,000 soldiers. You know what I'm saying? All together. You know what I'm saying? So if Russia had the soldiers what the fuck is they in necessity to call up conscripts for? You know what I'm saying? Reservists and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't took a bigger loss than what the fuck they, a lot of people believe. You know what I'm saying? When you got to call up 300,000 motherfuckers, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You in heavy trouble. And so they saying that, a lot of those politicians, in the Kremlin, they upset. You know what I'm saying? They took it out on his Secretary of Defense. They didn't took it out. I don't know if he's still in that position, but if he is in that position, he ain't gonna be there for long. They about to chop some heads on because they embarrassed in front of the world at the outcome. Because anytime, like I say, anytime you have to call and you have to threaten nuclear war, you know what I'm saying? You accepting that you didn't took some heavy losses. And so, when you got a motherfucker backed against, his back against the wall and shit, but I don't know if they would even let Putin. I think they would get rid of his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think them hardliners in Russia really ready for that. They probably end up getting rid of his ass. You see what I'm saying? So that's where we at with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right now. And so, China looking at that shit and they understanding, a lot of people, listen, China don't want to, in the end game, I'm going to tell y'all this. This, like I say, this is the beast. Keep your eyes on the prize. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talking about China. China don't want to see the beast. They don't. You see how the United States up there selling upside China? They've been selling up through that motherfucker for a long time. I tell you what, let China sail over in this motherfucker one time. One time. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker, United States be over there selling up through that motherfucker, the China Sea, Straits of Taiwan and shit. They sell up through that motherfucker every day. You see what I'm saying? Every fucking day. Let them motherfuckers sell anywhere above motherfucking South America. You understand what I'm saying? Let them motherfuckers sell anywhere, you understand, above South America and see what happened. You see what I'm saying? See what happened. And them motherfuckers, they just had some war games down there in Venezuela. They, with China, Russia, I believe even Iran was up. Hey, I can guarantee y'all, mark my word, it won't be long for something happen in Venezuela. Watch what I tell you. They gonna pay a price for that. Because that was you had some kahunas. You know what I'm saying? You got some kahunas to have war games. You feel me? In the Western Hemisphere. United with Russia, China, Iran, you know what I'm saying? Who else? They even had North Korea over there. Say all of it's like the super friends against the Legion of Doom and shit. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no good guys. They all bad guys. But I tell you what, I'm forecasting and I'm prophesizing that's something gonna happen in Venezuela. Will Putin accept defeat gracefully? I'm gonna put that up there because that's powerful. Will Putin accept defeat gracefully? You know what? I'm gonna say it, and I say it like, I believe just like Russia, China. The strongest hands is behind the scene. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, all them motherfuckers want to survive. And so I don't think his journey will be decided by himself. They gonna decide his journey or where it's gonna go. and so, anything other than what he intended to achieve is a failure. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't went in there and you didn't expend it lives, you didn't expend it military equipment. And at the end of the day, if the West still get Ukraine, at the end of the day, they still get Ukraine. And they set up, because if he don't claim it, they gonna claim it. And if they claim it, he ain't gonna be able to get in there again. Because they gonna arm all that shit to where he ain't gonna even be able to get. So if he don't, whatever he gonna do, he better do it now. Because if he do not do it, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And more likely, if Russia will, they're gonna squeeze Russia. They're gonna squeeze Russia. They're gonna squeeze Russia until damn near, it's non-existent. You know what I'm saying? It won't be long. They won't be of any significance after this. They're gonna make sure of it. You know what I'm saying? So when you make a step like this, you have to go all the way. And so either the Russians they're gonna say, well, that he was an uncalculating motherfucker. They're gonna blame him. They're gonna say he was an uncalculating motherfucker. And we allowed him to, because we thought he was genuine, but when he failed to do the job that it's up to us to remove him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they gonna save face. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's all up to him how he gonna end his career. I believe they have, just like the guy in China. You know what I'm saying? Them hardliners is the one that's really in power. And so if they want to remove his ass, they'll remove him, because really the army truly answer to them, even though Putin is in control and they let him be in control. You know what I'm saying? They want him in control, but he's slipping. You know what I'm saying? He's slipping. You know what I'm saying? And that's embarrassing. You supposed to be number 2. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be number 2, man. You're not number 2. I believe China would have did a better job than that. You know what I'm saying? I think China would have did a better job than Russia. You see what I'm saying? He could turn off the gas. This ain't the first time them goddamn Europeans been in the cold. You know what I'm saying? They can turn off the gas. Shit. Yeah, Russia, after a while, you can't drop nukes, man. You can't drop. You know what I'm saying? You can't drop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even if you thinking about, even if you thinking, I'm about to get up out of here because I got a live stream on Patreon. I'm doing normal. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when the nuke thing, man, is supposedly if a motherfucker just straight up coming into the nation. You know what I'm saying? You didn't took up your ass in Ukraine and you got whooped. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think that, you're going to play the card. But the reality is you never know. You never know. And so only thing is you got to understand that the United States shit is right there. That's why the hypersonic shit, he trying to get some shit. But, but they got them goddamn submarines too. It's really a no-win situation when it come down, to that. But when it just come to straight up conventional warfare, you know what I'm saying? Everything other than the nukes, they can't fuck with the U.S. They can't. And neither can China. They can't do it either. You know what I'm saying? You think this beast, they the ones that, and they've been dealing with it longer than China. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have more advanced technology, and so they got a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, that motherfuckers don't even know they got. You know what I'm saying? Them goddamn planes and shit that they got, Man, them goddamn Chinese planes ain't ready to fuck with them planes. United States and NATO got, they ain't ready to fuck with them, and they know that. That's why you see them making so many of them motherfuckers, because they hoping that numbers, but it don't make no difference. You know that guy, and let me get out of it. You know that F-35, they keep talking about other planes and shit. You know what I'm saying? It can't fight a dog. Man, do you know the technology on that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker got 800. That motherfucker can pick up another plane damn near 800 miles away. That motherfucker got missiles that can lock in, that can hit that motherfucker damn near 1,000 miles away. You see what I'm saying? And so they knocking shit down, and then them motherfuckers, you know, they almost like that, you know, where you know, them planes, 5 and 6 of them motherfuckers, they like, you know, they can interface each other's screen to where they can see, you know, and them motherfuckers can be spread out, you know what I'm saying? And they can see damn near everything that's on the other plane. So that's how them motherfuckers is interfaced. And so when you got a team of them motherfuckers, listen, motherfuckers don't, you know, if you got to study this shit now. You do. You can't be no fool. You know, Marcus Garvey said, and I'm gonna end on this. This shit is gonna be the winners of this planet is gonna be judged on science and technology. So I stay studying. You know, motherfuckers think I don't just read history. When I was in the library, I used to study them magazines. What's that? Scientific America or whatever the fuck. And they would have all the goddamn shit that these motherfuckers was trying to create and shit and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers got something that they could shoot from up out in that goddamn outer space. Motherfuckers don't know about. You see what I'm saying? They got some shit out there that they can shoot down. They already talking about that shit. They haven't revealed that shit yet. You understand? Because they probably tweaking the last little motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? But I heard they just got a new laser. That motherfucker most powerful laser out there, and they keep tweaking that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So believe me, man. So, you know, when you watch the Terminator and you see how the work, you know, it be dark and shit. It ain't everything, and motherfucking the machines then took over. And you know what I'm saying? And you read about Mad Max and shit, Beyond the Thunderdome and shit. You know how the motherfucker, this is how they gonna have it, where, you know, these rich elite gonna be living behind them city, you know, fortresses and shit, wall cities and shit. And, you know, all the vagabond motherfuckers gonna be out in the badlands and shit, you know, living out in the fringes and shit. That's how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have all the elite inside of the wall cities and shit, and all the vagabond motherfuckers that's still alive gonna be out there fighting and shit, and, you know, amongst the savagery. That's how they intend on it being. But I'm gonna get up out of here, but I'm gonna tell you this, that we still got the biggest card that can be played. And they can try to bring it to us too. And they will try to bring it to us. You understand what I'm saying? But with the numbers that we got on this planet, that's why y'all got to quit letting this motherfucker bring you that bad candy. Y'all love that candy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you get sick, you go and get some candy. You see what I'm saying? You go get that candy, that bad candy to heal you. You see what I'm saying? And you just don't understand. That's where a motherfucking, I'm gonna end on it. The first motherfucking Cro-Magnon that you must defeat is that one that's sitting in the middle of your motherfucking mind. That motherfucker sitting, that motherfucker at the the control panel of your mind. It's a Cro-Magnon sitting right in the middle of your mind on the control panel, running everything. It's real. It's real, man. It's real. It's a motherfucker Cro-Magnum sitting in the middle of your brain. And it's like a spaceship and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he had the motherfucking control panel running everything. You see what I'm saying? You got to go in there and defeat that motherfucker first. If you defeat him, everything else will fall in line, family. And I'm being 100 with you. If you keep talking about that and you ain't diffused the motherfucker in your mind, when you diffuse the motherfucker in your mind, everything else will fall in line. You cannot send a bunch of mindless niggas to do nothing because they ain't gonna do nothing because they don't even understand it's something to achieve. They don't have no understanding of black power, don't know nothing about no black power, don't want to know nothing about no black power. You is in the age where motherfuckers only rap murder, death, and destruction. You understand what I'm saying? This is what it's about. And so too long have we allowed this narrative to be taught to the babies to the point where it's so saturated in their psyche. Man, it's almost you had to you got the damn near, purge. You just talking about a purge. We had to have our own purge. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's necessary, family, to get to the core of a good working community, even if you had to shrink it down, just so you can regrow it. You see? All right, family. This the General Sarasun Seti. If you hear something, real loud at night and it sounds like a bomb, nigga, it just might be Putin knocking on your door, nigga. You better keep that goddamn news. Keep the, like my grandma and my granddaddy they used to keep the goddamn radio playing. I could hear they'll turn that motherfucker off about 12:30. I could hear my granddaddy in the bedroom. That nigga in there listening to the baseball game. If they played a late game, he'd be in there laying down. Then I could hear the news on. When it'll come on early in the morning about 6:30, you can hear the news on and shit, on the little radio, on the little clock radio. You better get your little clock radio, nigga. And keep that information close to you. All right, family, this is the General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.